Hello, vlog for the 19th. It's like 11 or something in the morning. I'm diurnalized. I've been taking it easy, It's like the holidays, and so every holiday I always have the habit to drink more alcohol. I usually get started later. I usually get started like the 23rd or something, and then it carries through until the beginning of the new year or whatever, but kind of started like night before last. I got a bottle of eggnog for $10, and then last night I got 4 spiked coffees at the supermarket, which I've never done before. So I'm like spreading my wings and starting to explore different alcohols. Kirsten told me to put some milk, so I have milk here to put milk in it, because then it would be a white Russian. Yeah, but I drank them all. I just kind of sat there and was like listening to music and smoking weed. I don't feel getting any. They were 4%. I don't feel really a buzz. And the night before last with the 13% bottle, I didn't really feel that way. Buzz either. I was just kind of got a little bit buzzed and fell asleep. Just been sleeping more, I guess, but it's cool that I'm diurnalized. So yesterday, I don't think I did a video yesterday. I was just working, and then finally did a shower like really late, because I didn't do the shower the night before, and I don't want to go 2 nights in a row without a shower. I didn't have a shower because of the feeling pressured, feeling super pressured. So I think I was talking about yesterday was how I decided to do Google Earth, the Severan wall. And I'm still doing that. Severan wall is like super time consuming, way more time consuming than my Aurelian wall, which I already built. Because I didn't know. I knew I wanted to make the Severan wall for like a long time, and I'm thinking about it, and I'm talking about it in my vlogs. And finally, I'm like, where the hell are you on the walls? Like, I didn't even bother to look. So then I went out, and lo and behold, there was a folder in Rome called Walls. And so I opened it up, and there was a Severan wall there, and it turned out that I did map the location of the Severan wall. So that got me super excited. I was like, oh, cool. There's a headache away. I totally forgot. I mean, I remembered when I looked at it. I remember when I looked at it, but I didn't remember building it before. I just kind of thought that I'd never done it because I didn't finish it. I maybe should have been more detailed with the Aurelian wall, because there's just more stuff I could have included in it, but it would have been time consuming. And whatever I built, I'm just happy to stick with that. But I'm going to make the Severan wall a lot more detailed, because on the map that I was looking at that I'm tracing for the Rome Tabula Romana, Rome of tracing off the map of the Rome of 211, but with the numbers from the census of 354. So I guess 354, but on that map, on the Trans-Tiberian side, western side of Rome, there was the Severan Wall. It was like labeled Severan Wall, and it had the pillars in front. So I was like, all right. I was like, look, time no object. If you think the part of you that thinks you have all the time in the world goes, hey, yeah, let's do it. Like, do the whole wall with the pillars. Then I'm just going to have to do it. And so, it's time consuming, because I have to do, isn't the Severan wall like 10 miles or something? And so that's pillars for 10 miles, like thousands of pillars. And then I have to do the bases around them. And then every I didn't measure it, 40 meters or something. There's another castle, another parapet. And then I'm also going to paste images of bricks under the pillars along the entire thing. I lifted them from my Coliseum, but then I pasted like 10 together and then did a screen capture of it. And So, and then, and then I decided I'm going to do people. This is the first time I haven't done this yet on my Google Earthing of Rome, but I've done it done it a little bit with my just Julius Caesar Gallic Wars, but where I draw in actual people. So inside of the parapet, I think the parapet is what you shoot through. Or what I'm talking about is the redoubt, the little redoubts on that are every 40 meters. I'm going to draw on a person, and I originally, because I was so close, I was doing them at 25 meter radius, 0.25 meter radius, 0.5 meter across. But then I was like, let's make it realistic. It looked kind of too big because it looked like they'd be squished in there. So I looked, the average width of a man's shoulders is 16 inches, women is 14. So I said, okay. Even though Romans are smaller than us, I decided to do it every 16 inches. So a radius of 8 inches. Yeah, you can get that close on Google Earth. And I did a few people. So I'm going to do that later when I'm done, because right now I'm doing the pillars. I also got started and did a few of the bricks to get going with it, and then even the redoubts, the little towers. I went down. That was the second most done thing that I did, but I mean, it's so time consuming. I'm on the I haven't even started with the bases, but I'm like less than half of the way through. I'm not even at the bottom. Rome's Severan wall is very oval in shape. You'd imagine a wall being like round, kind of like Mantinea, France. I mean, Mantinea, Peloponnese, Greece is the most well-preserved wall from the ancient world, and it's kind of round. It's like a oval color shape, but it's kind of basically round, like what you would imagine a city to be. But Severan Rome, which is 1,000 acres, is like more oval than the shape of this phone screen. It's like, even chop it down some, it's like it's a full-on stretched out oval. And yeah, so I started on the north, and I'm trying to work my way to the south. I'm not at the south yet, but so yeah, I mean, I just want to get through with this so that I can get to the juicy part, the interesting part, where I'm actually building in all the houses for the population to fill it up and try to make a good formula for the population. And there's lots of like legwork stuff that I have to do when it comes to Rome, because then I'm gonna have to. There's like 950 of these different like 1,000-person things that I have to make to show the people. I have to put them on top of all the other images, and they're not set to high enough. I made a mistake, so I have to paste in like level 25 at least. So that's the time-consuming thing. And after I build the Severan wall, I think I'm going to build a road with the images around the inside of the wall. It gets a circular road right on the inside of the wall. And then I'll use the roads from my the map that I was making, the roads that I have, and just paste a dedicated one for the Severan wall, and then just chop away the ones that are outside of the wall. Except for the ones that go to the actual roads that go to the surrounding towns. But and then I was gonna name some other super time-consuming, repetitive things I was gonna have to do. So, anyways, yeah, hopefully I'll be done by the Severan wall by the end of the year. Now, one reason that I chose to have the pillars lined with the pillars also is that it makes the wall more like formidable, more of a presence. One thing about Romans, there's certain things about Romans that I've like sussed out in my years of studying it that kind of, you can define them based on that, the characteristics that they have, especially, like I was mentioned, circles and squares. I mentioned angular architecture and stuff, but also another thing is, oh man, I lost my train of thought. That is borders. They're really into borders. They had their walls around the empire, and they called it the permanent wall, never to move out. Their god Terminus, which guarded their border, was really important to them. Augustus was into the terminus of the empire, and then they have the terminus of the city from the very beginning. And so, when they build a wall, and they build really good walls, and so it's like, okay, well, this is our wall, the Severan wall. So make it really pretty, and when you make it with the columns with the way that I'm doing it, and I wasn't doing all the columns like this before, but it's way faster and looks better. You just use the circle tool, because I was using the polygon tool before, just tracing around on the exact size of the column from the map. But now I'm just doing it I just decide on the size, which is exactly a meter in diameter, a half of a meter in radius. Perfect, because that's how big the columns, the tiles that I use in my floor, and make it all exact measurements. And that's the exact size it was supposed to be. So, just drag it out, and then it goes down to the temporary folder. So then I just drag it into the column folder right above it, and then save it. But because it's made with that like circle tool, the way that it makes the circles is like the nodes. There's like everywhere, which means that when you activate the lines, not just filler but the lines, like it's all lines, and so it glows, because the lines glow when you have it activated, so you can see it from a long ways away glowing. So I just think that has a cool effect on accentuating the wall. I'm looking forward to seeing what it looks like when it's done too, because a lot of the Severan wall is on the sides of the hills, and just to look at it there and see how it looks when it's done on the on top of like superimposed, grass, like in making it look like it was then with no modern structure bleed through. And then, of course, when I get done, even more, when I figure out the population, I can't remember the population of Rom when the wall was put up, but it was like maybe 400,000 or something. And then they put in the houses of the people and everything in there. It's going to be super interesting. But anyways, it'll take until the end of the month, in the year, to be able to at least finish Severan Wall. So I'm listening to, I bought a book and I listened to it in like one day, The Fourth Turning. I was going to buy the second Raw series. I'll do that next month. That has like 22 pages, 22 hours, a little first version, but volume. But I'm starting to listen to finally my pages again. I was smoking weed, so it's kind of hard listening to music and stuff. But I was listening earlier today. I was listening to Commonwealth for the second time from Cicero in the last week, and I was doing it for Speed 2 for the first time. Kind of stumbled upon it. Because I wanted to I don't know, because they changed how it works, how the speech to text works on the iPhone. And before I could pinpoint where I start, but now I can't. So I have to start from the beginning. I can pause it, which means it has to read through the numbers. So I put it on speed 2, and it was working really fast, and then I started reading the book at speed 2, and then I realized, oh, speed 2 is the speed that I should be listening to the book. Before I thought it was like a little bit too fast. But it's actually not. Like speed 2 is about the same speed that I would talk when I'm talking fast. And that's kind of how fast I would want somebody to talk to me if they're excited and explaining something. Yeah, a little bit slower than that. Like if you're at regular speed, your kind of mind can wander, Your ADHD, ADD can take you off. But if the thing speaks really fast, it kind of keeps you glued. It's easier to follow along with it. And it sounds a little bit, because it just keeps throwing information, and you can just kind of, Plus you can get through the book faster, but And it sounds kind of a little bit weird because there's like a lot of, because I'm doing it off the phone, and the phone quality, voice quality isn't quite as good as the Mac. But, and so there's lots of like popping sounds, but you can still hear the pronunciation just as well. So I was like digging it, and I was like, oh, this is cool. Like, I want to try to read as many books as I can off of my website on this double speed deal. So anyways, I think the battery's about to die. When I got up, I called my mom, and she wanted me to go over. I was over there like all day yesterday, so I didn't really get that much work done. I've been hanging over like every day for like the last week. I want to get ready. She wants to have her birthday party, and her 80th birthday party, and like tomorrow, and her birthday's on the 21st, and so she's gonna have me ride. She originally offered to pick me up, and now she wants me to ride my bike over to help her stuff. So she'll call me like in any second now. So yeah, hopefully I'll do a video tomorrow. I don't like skipping days. I'll be talking about how I'm still working on the Severan wall, but hopefully I'll be talking about how I just zoomed through the Cicero Commonwealth and found it interesting at double speed, and can't wait to do other books that way. All right, talk to you tomorrow.